Hello there! I'm back today with another demo spotlight. This time I'm going to be looking at Duskpunk. From the Steam page it promises to be a narrative RPG, kinda like Citizen Sleeper, but set in a steampunk world at around an alternative World War I. I do like me some good narrative games and RPGs. Citizen Sleeper is one of my favorite games from the past couple years. So let's take a quick look at this, see if it is worth putting into the wishlist. I'm gonna say I do love the aesthetic of the main menu already. I hope it's going to keep up this watercolor imagery. It's pretty unique. Now, let's begin a new game. Choose a save slot. And looks like we get to pick our character type. We can be a veteran, criminal, engineer, writer. Okay, so this is what we get. And we have predetermined stats, it looks like. Okay, so far the engineer looks to be the one who has at least 1 point in everything. That probably might be the most balanced experience. But let's go with writer. See if the writing in this game is any good. So we start with 1 skirmish, 1 sneak, no endure. Okay, so no physical stuff done. A little bit of engineering and a whole lot of swaying into it. So we're going to be the talkative kind of character. Okay. Got a bit of a gender slider here. And we get to pick a name. Forest sounds good. Starting difficulty. We got standard and we got easy. Let's go with standard. That's the intended game difficulty. We can change it at any time. That's nice. The war chewed you up, the city tried to swallow you whole. But there's life in you yet. You shake yourself awake. Okay, each action tests a skill. This action tests endure. Of course, the very first thing we encounter in this game is the one that my character has 0 in. Okay then. Every action has 3 possible outcomes. Success, you do what you set out to do. Mix, you partially succeed or avoid total failure. Or you simply fail. Huh, interesting approach. Also feels kinda like a bit of a Disco Elysium inspiration here maybe. That can only be a good thing. Crawl to safety by clicking the Act button. This will advance time. Okay, so we got time over here. Looks like it is currently night time. Your ankle throbs. You need to get away from here. Okay, it's a difficulty 5 endure check. If your roll plus your skill value is equal to or greater than the skill difficulty, you achieve a mixed outcome. If you exceed the difficulty by 3, you achieve a success. Okay, so you have to be really good at what you do to have consistent success. And there's sort of a preview here. Probably for actions that can be repeated. So if you do them once, you can see your chances, maybe. Okay, and we have a 42% chance of success or mixed outcome. So very unlikely to fail, even with a 0. Let's see. Oh, wow. Lucky roll of the day. Digging claw marks in the mud. Drag yourself forward. You would rather forget. You remember, you can't help it. The front, the trenches, a maze of mud and bodies, both living and dead. Machine guns plucking lives like flowers. Chains of bullets tearing through friends, comrades, lovers. They mingle together in your mind. Their blood, their bones, their flesh, it's all one. But what happened to you? How did you escape the war? You recall flashes falling. You were underground, buried. A vat of electric blue light, churning with flesh. You shake yourself awake. How long have you been lying here? Everything hurts, your ankle throbs, your muscles are straining. Okay, let's feel our ankle first. The pain is like sheet lightning. Okay, so not good. Let's look around before trying to stand up. You spot a piece of driftwood, gnarled and knotted. Oh, if it's big enough, we can use it as a walking stick. Let's grab it. You grab the driftwood and put your weight on it. A twisted crutch for a broken man. Time to get moving. As the sun rises, you hobble away from the river. You realize that these streets, unfamiliar in the dark, are known to you, but you've not lived here in years. You're in the Redsport. Okay, let's check our pockets. You go through your pockets. Slim pickings. Gained 3 growth. Or growths. Whatever, local currency. How will you live? You consider a new aim to survive. And assuming you do, what's your next step? Let's see if we can stop the war that almost took our life. Well, that's a bit of a high goal to achieve, but okay. Find friends and allies. You can never go wrong with that option. Join the revolutionaries and topple the regime. Or whatever is necessary to never be this helpless again. Let's just focus on getting friends, I think. You have no one in this city, but that can change. If you reach out and prove yourself trustworthy, you could find community here. You've returned to Dredgeport. Gods help you. Alright. Very nice little intro. Sets the vibe nicely. Pan the map with WASD, arrow keys, or left click and drag. Zoom with wheel, or plus minus. Explore the city. Ooh. Looks nice. And quite sizable too. Actually looks like one of those hand-drawn maps from the early 20th century. I really like it. Okay, what do we have here? We have stress, health, and energy. Okay, now I'm also getting a little bit of Fallen London vibes. That is also a plus. So, looks like there's another half of the city. Oh wait, and it continues. This might be actually bigger than the city. Interesting. But for now, we can only go to the poor quarter. We can explore the slums and crannies. Okay, what does this one do? It's currently day. Oh, I guess if I click this, I could manually turn it to night. see. This one is an intuit check. We have some skill value. 83% chance to succeed. I like those odds. We discovered some locations. We find a maze of alleyways, a honeycomb of bustle. As you explore more of the dredgeboard, you will discover goals you might wish to pursue. These are called aims. Click here to see a list of all unfinished aims. Okay, got a journal here. Here you can see a list of all the aims you could pursue. You can track one aim at a time. Tracking an aim highlights any locations, which might help you complete its current stage. Whenever you achieve an aim, you gain a growth point, which can be spent on improving your skills. Track an aim now. Okay, so the progression is very much Citizen Sleeper. I can live with that. Very first thing, find a place to eat. I guess that's gonna give us back some energy. And every night, as we sleep, we're gonna get some health back. Oh, we got some slums over here. Some shrine. Anything else? Not for now. Okay, so the game wants me to continue exploring the poor quarter. But I kinda want to check these ones out. Let's see, we have some inventory. We have a character panel. Got some skills. Okay, and we gain abilities as we increase our skills. Also have some dice faces, which makes me think that at some point we're going to be able to manipulate these ones. Okay, and because we start with 3 in Sway and Intuit, we are literally 1 point away from having an ability. That's very nice. So, what's over here? At the end of a twisting alleyway, you find a handful of crows pecking at bird seed scattered on the cobbles. Amid the birds is a little pile of rubbish. Sticks, pebbles, bits of broken glass. The crows flutter to the rooftops as you approach. The pieces are tied into a pyramid shape with frayed string and scraps of cloth. In the center of the pyramid is a folded piece of paper weighted with a stone. Yeah, I'm not gonna touch this one. Whoever the recipient is, it's clearly not gonna be me. You do not approach the shrine. Whatever is on that paper, it's not for you to intrude. As you leave, the birds flutter down again. Yeah, not to mention crows and ravens, remember faces. So if it's not for me and I take it, they could remember me. And I see there's a whole lot of them flying all around the city. So we do have the slums here. Beware, some actions have negative consequences for failure. We got risky actions that give something negative on a failure, and we get dangerous actions that give something negative on a mix or a failure. Okay, got you. If a role is too difficult, you can spend time preparing. Oh, interesting. This costs time, but makes the action easier the next time you attempt it. Prepare this action now. Let's see. This is a risky action to go and con some do-gooders. I bet it's for money. But it is a sway check, which we can do. Each day, middle-class do-gooders flood the district with religious pamphlets, encouraging people to mend their ways. They are susceptible to sob stories. Okay, those are the kind of people I don't feel bad about scamming. Let's see. Spend time preparing. Next time you perform this action, the difficulty will be reduced by 2. So it's gonna go down to a difficulty of 5. thanks to your preparations, this action will be easier next time you try it. And I guess this is just one try only. Okay. I would kind of like some indicator. Maybe a little more than just the tooltip that I have prepared this action. Maybe dynamically change the difficulty or something. Just a nitpick. Yeah, I mean, just like in Citizen Sleeper, if you do a certain action, a certain amount of times, you're gonna unlock some other stuff. In this case, begging on the streets will get you the attention of the local beggars. Obviously, because you're gonna take up their spot. Anyway, let's get some money. My dear, of course I help you with your father's funeral costs. After your recent sickness, I'm sure you're exhausted. We more than doubled our money. Amazing. Okay, how do I get out of here? Here we are. Okay, I don't yet know how much time has passed. Let's go find something to eat then. We need 3 rumors to find the solace den, which would lower stress. But we don't really need any stress relief right now. Okay, let's keep exploring. We do have a pretty high chance, so we don't need to prepare it. Okay, we lost 2 units of time. You have advanced this clock. Clocks represent your progress towards the goal, or how close you are to something bad happening. This clock represents your progress exploring the district. Yeah, okay. New locations discovered. We have a tavern at the Chalice Bridge. We are currently night here. Do we risk exploring at night? Or do we just call it a day and go into the tavern? I think maybe I can do one more. Oh, and I'm noticing it just now. If you hover over the act button, it's gonna get highlighted how much time is gonna pass. Okay, I like this. Okay, so this clock ticked is how much you're advancing this one. Okay. And we found the market. That's gonna be a good place tomorrow. Ah, so this is the bridge that leads to the other part of town, which I guess we need a permit for, or something. The market's over here. Oh, what's this? Confront the beggar. I guess these icons are like maybe time-sensitive events. Don't think it's going to stay here forever. The beggar is disappearing around the corner. You hobble forward. Oh, wait, did we get robbed? I thought we didn't have anything worth taking. Oh, so this looks like a child. And a wild one at that. Okay, let's not be aggressive right out the gate. I think you have something of mine. Oh, what's that? Please? I think I'm already pitiful enough. After whatever happened to me, Please, you reach out your hand. I need those groats. Me too, soldier. They shrug. They were in your pocket. Now they're in mine. Everyone in this place could use them. Look, I'm down on my luck. I could use your help. Oh, father, they roll their eyes. Oh, now we got the little lower pop-ups. I always like it when games do that. Especially narrative-type games and RPGs. So the father is one of the 5 gods, just but stern. Okay. How about I teach you to pick the odd pocket and I take these groats as payment? Little bit of lockpicking, you say? Sure, that seems fair. Little bit of extra skill never hurt anyone. The beggar shows you how to walk with your shoulders forward, the better to barge into people. Distraction. They feel the knock, not your hand, but you've gotta be quick. After a few more tries, you think you've mastered the basics. Look at you, a natural. Well, I must be off, soldier. Later. You head into the night. If the dialogue text is too fast or slow, this can be adjusted in the settings menu. I have already done that. This is already a bit faster than the default. Or it could appear all at once, instead of fading in letter by letter if you wish. I don't know, some people like that. I prefer to almost set the text speed to my natural reading speed. I like that one better. So, what did we get? Did we get anything? Or maybe it's gonna come up during an event. Not sure about that. But okay then. Let's get something to eat. Oh wow. Costs 8 growth. Yeah, this is wartime economy, alright? Everything's gonna be stupid expensive for a guy like us. This action does not advance time. But unfortunately, we have absolutely no way of doing that. What's here in the market? We can sell spirits. Or bet on some prize fights. It's a pretty risky high intuit check. However, I don't really see. Ooh, here we go. We can now pick pockets. I wonder if this is here. Because of the event that I just did. Difficulty 7. Sneak check. Yeah, pretty low chances, but let's try preparing. That's gonna advance the time once. Okay, I'm more okay with these chances. And success. Your shoulder is like a hammer, knocking purses loose. Your hand is a crow, packing them free. Okay, and that got us enough food. Enough growths, I mean. To get some food. It's not restaurant food, but it serves its purpose. And we got some energy. And we're slowly earning trust here. I suppose once it's full, we're gonna be able to get some legitimate work here. When it is late, sleep. Okay, but sleep where? You didn't tell me. Is that also the tavern? Is it just a matter of passing time? Oh, and this is what the preview does, if you do it once. It keeps track of what you get from it. Okay, that's good. So if I click this, it should turn to a new day. If you prepare now, time will advance, and this action will be unavailable until tomorrow. Sure, let's prepare. Sleep to recover actions. Okay, but how? You're still not telling me how to do that? Sleeping ends the current day. Find a place to sleep. Oh, that's why. I had to actually completely pass the time. Okay, I see. So there's sections of day, there's sections of evening, and there is one night section where you can go to sleep. Okay, I can work with this. And since we have no money left, we have to sleep in an alley. Curl up in an alleyway like these other wretches. Yikes. Yeah, not sure what I would expect. Sleeping out on the streets, other than nightmares. But still, there is a minuscule chance that we're gonna have almost normal sleep. Which didn't happen. You barely get a wink of sleep. When you close your eyes, you see the faces of your dead comrades. Got too stressed from that. Yeah. PTSD might be one of the only ways that having a stress mechanic in the game is actually believable. We wake up. Lost some energy. Your energy bar drops each morning. If you lose energy but have none left, you take health damage instead. It's important to keep yourself fed to stay healthy. Okay, and I did notice that we didn't get more health just because we ate. You slept terribly, haunted by phantoms, the trenches. Shots ring out, a pistol, 3 bodies fall around you, and a voice. Toss him in with the others. He's as good as dead. Okay, so that is how we got away from the war. You lie still, your breathing ragged. Perhaps if you don't move, he won't hurt you again. You are passed through 100 hands to a black steel funeral barge. Suddenly you start awake. The smell hits you like a mouthful of dirt. The air is rotting. You claw forwards desperately. Cold skin against your cheek, rough fabric, buckles and cheap medals. Though and we weren't even on the top of the pile. Ooh, that's gonna be horrible. Let's just keep clawing forward. You wrench yourself forward, digging toward the surface. You burst out into the moonlight. Okay, first off, breathe. You gasp, taking deep lungfuls of air. And now we look around. You are on the deck of a leech barge. Hulks that hold the war dead back to the capital. So you did end up on one, just as you feared, but alive. The pleasant yards loom ahead. A chute stretches ahead of you. Okay, so a leech barges. Just as it sounds. Ship that delivers corpses to be rendered into plasm. Well, that's one way of dealing with human resources. Plasm yards is where the superfuel plasm is rendered from the bodies of the dead. Interesting take on the steampunk. It's almost crossing into biopunk or something. Very intriguing. You glance around for some mechanism to tamper with. Mounted on the ship's hull is a cluster of gears and wiring. Bodies slip past you. You glance around. What do you even have to hand? Well, not much. But I think a helmet is going to be sturdier than a bone. Let's try. You snatch a helmet as it skitters past and hurl it at the mechanism. It bounces off uselessly. Slowly, on hands and knees, you slide down the chute with gathering speed. Okay, so that wasn't the best thing to do. Let's try running away. You sprint backwards, dodging the corpses tumbling the other way. Your boots slip, you fall and bang your chin. You hurtle towards the pleasant wet. Okay, aren't we going to get liquefied? Dig your fingers into the chute. Well, I think that is made of steel. There is no way you're gonna dig your fingers into that. Maybe we can grab the edge of a steel panel or something. You scrabble desperately and slip sideways. You feel your body leave the chute. For 2 sickening seconds, you are airborne. Below you is a black river. You hit the water and start awake. You bolt upright. Yeah, I think that dream memory is worthy of a scream. You let out something between a groan and a yelp. The other slum dwellers barely look up. Your breathing slows. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was more than just a dream. It was a memory, you realize, of a living hell. This was how you came to Dredgeport, taken for dead, loaded on a corpse barge, and almost rendered into plasm. You shudder. What an awful night. When you try to rise, your ankle gives way. You stifle a sob. You hear footsteps coming down the street, and a steady clanking sound. Shaking, you hold yourself to standing. A robed figure stops and looks at you. He wears the robes of a watcher, a priest of the lady. He sighs. Soldier? Your balance whirls, you fall to the cobblers. He bends down. Poor helpless gobshite. Let's get you warmed up. Okay, and the lady is one of the 5 gods, mistress of mercy and compassion. So this guy might actually help us out of the goodness of his heart. You black out. Oh, and we have to force ourselves awake. Let's see if I can do that. And it didn't work. If you get a bad outcome, you can push yourself to reroll it at the cost of 1 stress. You can only do this once per outcome. Okay. So what happens on a mixed outcome here? Do I just stay half asleep? If we push ourselves, we reroll and must accept it. Well, there is literally only 1 outcome that's worse than this, so let's do that. Oh, success this time. You feel sheets, a rough blanket. Yeah. You just lie there at peace, for a minute or 2 anyway. You become aware of an ache in your right foot. Your right leg ends in a tight bandage around the ankle joint. Your foot is gone. Oh shit. Did he amputate it? Maybe it was for the best. Your gaze rises to a figure by your bedside. Ah, back in the land of the living. His accent leads like music. My food? Comes out as a terrible question. I'm sorry, truly. There wasn't much left. The Shattermaster and I, we argued. Okay, and my food? I called the local Sawbones. He's unprofessional, too fond of his solace. But time was against you. Your ankle tingles. You have questions? Sawbones. At best a surgeon, at worst a butcher. Well, it all depends on how you look at it. Solace is a drug that soothes the mind and dulls the senses. Used by doctors to dull patients' pain, or soldiers to keep trauma at bay. Okay, is this gonna be what it was for us in Citizen Sleeper? The stuff that we need to take regularly. Is this solace gonna be the one that we need to find some way to source it and then keep getting the money for it? I feel like I see where this is going. So, how long was I asleep? A few hours after the operation. I had the day guard look in on you. I'm truly sorry. And who are you? Oh, just a loyal servant of Our Lady, and a faithful citizen of the Little Father. And the Little Father is a term of affection for the Emperor, who is seen as the Father's deputy on Earth. Oh, great. The only thing worse than the British monarchy. The divine British monarchy. Where am I? The slums of Dredgeport, soldier. Right now you're in the sanctuary, a shelter for those with nowhere else to go. They owe me a favor. But where's my manners? He clasps your hand. I'm Brother Redcheck. Someone in the comments please tell me how to pronounce this word. Don't want to butcher it. As you shake his hand, his rain chalice tinkles. Which is this thing in his hand? Broad silver bowl used by priests to collect rainwater for religious rituals. So, I'm curious about my new foundling. Okay, let's be honest with him here. I was a soldier. I was knocked down and taken for dead. I thought as much from the uniform. Oh, sorry, still in uniform. Alright. He sighs and smiles, gazing vaguely upwards. Ah, I hear the war's terrible, but still. To fight the forces of Orais, defy their heathen god, their false queen. Glorious. Okay, Orais is a old enemy. So it's a little bit different of a word war then. Memories tease you, the war and the trenches, and the whine of a grand harvester, its wheels and legs pinioning like a mechanical marionette. Mechanical nightmare from the front. Yeah, that sounds about right. It's not glorious, it's a slaughterhouse. The lady teaches us, things are not always what they seem. Yeah, okay then. Not going to argue with you on that. Fine. Be that as it may, they must have found you unconscious and loaded you onto a leech barge. You were lucky. Yeah, I don't want to remember that again. That was scary. You shudder. The priest takes your hand. You're safe now. But I know nothing about this city. I've not lived here for years. First things first, you're not going anywhere until you've got some strength. Okay. if you're gonna have me for a couple days, at least, then I think I'm just gonna rest up a bit. Have faith, soldier. It's the best medicine there is. I would rather take actual medicine, if you don't mind. Oh, and we actually have to regain our strength? Well, this video has gotten long enough as it is. I think I've already seen what I wanted to see, and I do like it. I hope you also liked it, and you're going to wishlist this game. I'm going to leave a link in the description. I haven't seen enough to confidently tell if it is as good as Citizen Sleeper, but I think up until this point, the writing has been pretty crisp, and I also adore the visual style of it. But maybe the devs should look a little bit into the sound design. I had to lower every sound quite a bit for it to be comfortable. But anyway, I like this game. I am going to keep it on the wishlist. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, please give it a like. Go wishlist this game. If you want to see more, then check out my channel. I do whatever I feel like doing, and I hope to see you around. Goodbye.